The 2025 Finlandia Trophy recap, dance, and women. And as we go into the dance, I have but one thing to say, and that is let's get ready to rumble in the icy jungle. Yes, oh my goodness. Ice dance is usually very dramatic, but the drama usually comes from all the backdoor dealing politics that is taking place. Not at this event. Not at this event. The drama was coming from the tech callers. This was the lowest scored event so far this season. Ice dancers were being obliterated across the board. And you know, whenever something juicy happens, my crazy tinfoil hat wearing self has to come up with a conspiracy theory of what I think went down. This is my conspiracy theory. Marina Zueva went to the judges and was like, we need to boost the shibs. The judges were like, come on, Marina, we are not miracle workers. We can only do but so much. So everyone put their heads together and they decided, okay, we can boost up the SHIB scores. So let's keep the SHIB scores the same and tank everyone else's scores. This is my conspiracy theory on this scoring. I think this was the working of Marina Zueva to even out the playing field for the Shibs. Let me know if you think I'm completely off bunkers. But that's what I thought happened. But what I did love about this particular situation is that you had so many people come out and speak out against what was going on. Now, that's not to say, let's clarify this. That's not to say that some of the calls made by the tech callers was wrong. Some of it was wrong because there were miscalling elements. They were all over the place. But some of the level calls were correct. Because if we are being honest, skating skills across dance has decreased greatly because we lost a compulsory, because we lost pattern, because we've lost so many crucial aspect of ice dance that required strong fundamental basic skating skill. Skating, the ice dance discipline has suffered overall. The problem is these tech callers at this event don't follow the same pattern at every event. And I feel the same way for all of the calls. And that's the under rotation, that's the edge call. All of these calls in of themselves is not the problem. The problem is the fact that there is no consistency across the ISU. And that's why I'm really happy that we're starting to look at integrating AI because human inconsistency and across the four discipline is just too great. The way the judges are able to manipulate the GOE, the way they're able to manipulate the PCS scores really is making this sport into a laughing stock. And so definitely I'm looking forward to the integration of AI. And I was really happy to see so many skaters come out and be vocal about this. I was really happy to see so many people in the sport of skating and specifically the discipline of ice dance come out and speak out against this. I have always said this, that nothing will change in figure skating until the people inside, the athletes, the coaches, the choreographers start to step up and speak out. Because what's going to change by someone like me screaming her head off, pointing out at all of these discrepancies? Nothing. The skaters have to advocate for themselves, the coaches, the choreographies. Only then will we start to see some changes. But ice dance was juicy because of the tech callers. Thank you, tech callers, for all of the drama for my mama. The ice dance result in first place, and I think this was pretty much expected, was Laurence Fournier-Boudry and Guillaume Cizon. In second place was Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier. In third place was Amelia Zinglas and Vladimir Kolesnik. In fourth place was Olivia Smart and Tim Deek. In fifth place, they're making that upward movement. The, the Zoeva effect, I'm not saying much, was Maya Shibatani and Alex Shibatani, a top 5 finish here. Not bad. In sixth place was Diana Davis and Gleb Smokin. In seventh place was Yuka Orihara and Huno Amperinen. In eighth place, oh my God, I'm so upset, was Natalie Teshlarova and Philippe Teschler. In ninth place, heartbroken devastation, was Ona Brown and Gage Brown. And in 10th place was Phoebe Becker and James Hernandez. Honestly, this ice dance, aside from the drama with the tech callers, the actual skating itself really had me feeling somewhat bipolar. I'll be honest with you guys. If we start with Phoebe and James, I love Phoebe's rhythm dance dress. Love it. It looks like an Art Deco piece. I almost feel like it's more 60s, 70s than it is 90s inspired, but maybe it is. Maybe I do think, yeah, there was also a revival of the Art Deco movement in the 90s, so maybe that's what inspires this dress. But this dress is just very nice. Love it. I also like their rhythm dance. The music is cohesive with only 2 songs, which you know I appreciate. They need to work on their twizzles and they would definitely benefit from an edge class. However, this team has potential. And then they gave us a lovely take on Romeo and Juliet. It was nice and soft. You can't really go wrong with Romeo and Juliet. The Browns! Oh my Gage. Oh my God. Gage just lost it on his twizzles and the rhythm dance, and I was screaming, oh no. I really don't know how things will play out at US National. At this point, for the third spot, I'm thinking like Christina Carrera and Anthony Panamarenko are probably fairly secure now because I don't think they've had any major mistakes so far at any competition this season, whereas the other skaters who would be contenders like the Brown, like Caroline and Michael, they've all had major errors. So I really don't know how US Nationals is going to play. The Browns free dance is without question one of my favorite programs this season. So many memorable moments added to great skating skills, added to performance and musicality. I adore the Browns. I have so much hope for this pair for the next 4 coming years. I cannot wait to see them in the next Olympic cycle. Natalie and Philip, my heart just kept breaking. If you are a skating fan, you have to love this team. Their edge and stroke and control is just beautiful to watch. Natalie is fucking awesome. Top 3 female ice dance competing right now, in my opinion. The rhythm dance, I think they had some music issues. I think they had an old cut of music that they accidentally played for them, and that could not have been a good situation for them. And then for the free dance, this program is so cool. This was not their best outing. The loss of control on the edge really shows how difficult some of the movements they're doing really is. I know I'm trying to figure out how we can package them and get them the scores that they rightfully deserve for how incredibly talented they are. And I just don't know how to do it. Yuka and Yuno are fun and high energy. That's what I think about when I think of this team. Fun and high energy. It was nice to see them receive so much love at home. To have, they do have a lot to work on in terms of their twizzles, in terms of their edge work, in terms of their lines. Sometimes their lines don't really quite match with each other. However, in terms of selling their program, they got that down. I'm telling you, that free is so much fun. The technical aspect aside, which needs to be worked on, they look like they are enjoying the ice, they are enjoying each other, which helps us as the audience enjoy the performance. I just think it's bat ice crazy fun, and I love that for them. Diana and Gleb's rhythm dance standard. They are really fast and they cover a lot of ice. I'm always saying that about this team. They're really fast and they covered a lot of ice. Gleb lost control in his twizzle, which is kind of unexpected. They tend to be pretty consistent. Diana is still on a flat edge. I guess we'll just give up on that. That's not gonna change. I do think the free dance suits them. Diana holds some really nice positions in some of the lifts, some of the glides. She's definitely learning to hold her posture. She's learning better positioning. I have to say, at least Marie-France Dubry and the team at IM this season, I feel like they're really earning that Putin money via Ekaterina. I can see they're working hard for that good Putin money. And that's only fair. If you're going to take the Putin money, you should definitely help this team improve. And they are making improvement. Then the Shibs. Too many cuts. My head hurts. My ears hurt. I don't need the entire discography of the 90s. I would go on YouTube if I needed that. Why do we have to have so many songs? Please just cut it down. Having said that, to be absent from the sport for 7 years and come back and still be in the conversation shows how much ice dance has stagnant. That's what it shows us. It shows us that skaters are not improving, that there is a regression in this discipline. And that's sad to see because this is a beautiful discipline. Uh, this free dance was a much better outing for them than the last time we saw them compete. They looked more secure in the twizzle and they just looked more stable over their blades overall. I also connected more emotionally with this free dance at this event than I did at their last event. And I think that goes to show how they have grown and matured as individuals. Now, what I'm curious about, are they making this comeback just for this Olympic, or are they making a comeback so they could be around for the next Olympic cycle? If anyone know, please let me know in the comment below. Winning the pewter is Olivia and Tim. I am so shallow, guys. You guys know this. I am so shallow. Olivia changed the rhythm dance outfit just slightly. She put that little skirt thing over it, and the program immediately improved for me. I now like this program so much more than I liked it before. That is how shallow I am. I also appreciate the fact that we only have two pieces of music. Two pieces of music. Yes, why? Why do we need to have like 90 pieces of music? Just two will do. So for me, this rhythm dance is really starting to grow on me. I absolutely love their free program. It feels like I'm watching an epic movie. Not 1 second is wasted. Every movement is framed and tells us a part of the story. This is, of course, another one of my favorite programs this season. If you are going to do a reimagine of an old program, an uptake of an old program, this to me is how you do it. Beautiful. I'm putting them on the podium at European. I'm looking around and I am putting them on the podium at European. I think this is going to be an all IM podium and probably an all IM top 6. At European, I think the Italians will drop out of the top six. Probably. We're going to have to wait and see. The bronze medal here and going to the Grand Prix final is Amelia and Vadim. I really like this rhythm dance. The music choice is on point, the choreography is clean, and they are precise. They have lots of energy and great ice coverage. What I love about this pair is in this free dance, everything looks easy. Lifts, steps, edge, speed. There is no sign of a struggling in this free dance. From his junior career to now, it was well known that Vadim is one of the best young male skaters of his generation. However, what has surprised me even more is how wonderful Amelia's transition from single into dance has gone. You can see the work and effort that she is putting in, as well as the payoff that we are getting from the improvement of her edge, speed, and the stability of her twizzle. This pair has made a compelling case for themselves for an Olympic spot. And again, I like both of their program. I really like their rhythm dance, and I really like the dark take on Romeo and Juliet. If they're gonna die, let us know right from the beginning. This is gonna be death. I appreciate that. Piper and Paul, rhythm dance, it's okay. Nothing to write home about, nothing to hate on. They are not too sexy for this rhythm dance. I'm sorry. Honestly, I would have had them in third place behind Amelia and Vladim in the rhythm dance. However, given seniority of skating and ice dance, that was not going to happen. But personally, I would have had them behind um, Amelia and Vladim for this rhythm dance. The free, much better. The free dance for me, way better than the rhythm dance. Some of the magic from the original Vincent was back here. They were 110% invested in this performance, and they took me on a journey with them. They were painting pictures. I was literally seeing the story of Vincent van Gogh's life. As the singer was singing it, they were depicting it in a way that made me connect with it. It made me empathize for Vincent van Gogh and his struggle and his story. And that's what ice dance, that's what skating is supposed to do. It's supposed to paint you a picture, it's supposed to paint you a story on ice, and you're supposed to follow and fall into that story along with the skaters. And I do feel like this Vincent program is starting to revive that feeling, and I'm very happy to see it. Our winners here were Laurence and Guillaume. This also continues the conversation of the stagnation in ice dance. Here is a brand new team eating up their competitors, literally eating up their competitors. They've only been together for 1 year, and they are out skating their competitors. Why? Because the sport has been stagnated. The twist looks great. The program is not bad. It's a rhythm dance in line with all the other rhythm dances that we're seeing. The packaging is horrible, but at least Lauren's the bodysuit actually fits her now. When we saw her compete in it last time, it was hanging everywhere. It did not fit her well. At least now they've tailored it so that it fits her. I love the fact that Guillaume was like, I am the true diva of this pair, and I will also be wearing gloves. You are not the only one to get gloves, Hefford. Hand me a pair. I love this for him. I love this for him. The free program is a beautiful program, and it is skated by two very skilled skaters. Put aside personal feelings, speaking purely on the skating that happened on the ice. The ice coverage, their speed, their edge were all top quality. Their lines match incredibly well, and they are emotionally connected at a level that is amazing for a new pair. Their face acted out the entire story in a subtle yet passionate manner. I believe whatever they were selling, but it wasn't over the top. There was a small wobble in the middle of the program, so this outing wasn't as clean as their last one, but I still felt like they rightfully won here. There was no, I don't want to get no pitchfork. I rightfully felt like, yeah, they deserve the win here. It made sense. And this is a brand new pair that we're saying this about. And then lastly, this brought me so much joy. Lastly, was the women at this event. I loved these women so much, and it was so, I was just so happy to see everyone giving it 100%. So the result for the women here: Mona Sheba was in first place overall, Amber Glenn in second place, Reno Matsuki, my little Reno, got a bronze medal here. Brady Tennell constantly fighting the little engine that could. Brady Tennell was in fourth place. Madeline Skizas not going down without a fight. Madeline was in fifth place here. Lida Kahanen, she also at her senior debut on the Grand Prix was like, nah, not gonna let it go. Put up a really good fight here. Rion Sumiyoshi, unfortunately not the best outing for her. Laureen Charles was in 8th place. Olivia Lisko in 9th place. And 10th place was Selma Valatalo. And then Luna Hendricks decided to withdraw from this program, from this competition. And I agree with it 100%. The short program was really rough. The jumps just didn't work out for her that day. And so I think deciding to withdraw from the long program is a very smart move by her and her team. Luna now can give herself more time so that she's fully prepared for her next competition, and she'll be more healed, she'll be more healthy, so she can compete at the level that she wants to compete. So starting with Selma, this is her international debut and it's on home ice. So the nerves must have been so hard to control. And I feel like as she gained more experience, we're definitely going to see way better skates from her. Then we had Miss Lisko. Oh my goodness. The potential girthiness of Olivia Lisko's jump has me drooling. This skater, I know, the short program, really she showcased her power in the jump. The long program didn't quite go her way. The jumps just got away with from her, which affected the rest of the whole program. However, she is another girthy potential jumper for the women. And you know, I love me all the girthy jumpers. All of the girthy jumpers. So this was definitely really nice to see. And again, she's making her senior debut as well, and she's also making it on home ice, which is very difficult. Like all of these skaters, the nerve, the pressure. She's the defending national champion. She wants to make sure she gets that Olympic spot. There's a lot of other young skaters coming for her, so a lot of pressure. But definitely, I think the potential for her to be girthy is there. I definitely think it's there. Then we had Laureen Charles. The jumps and the skating have improved so much throughout the entirety of this season. I can honestly say that. Yes, at this competition, we didn't really see it. Her jumps were a little back to her old out of control kind of cray cray level. But overall, I think so much improvement has happened with Laureen in terms of her jumps, in terms of her choreography, in terms of her posture. There's still a lot of room to grow, but I still feel like there's a lot of improvement. And sometimes we got to support the improvement. It doesn't all happen overnight. Rion. Oh, she's usually pretty consistent. So the step out on the flip and then the random fall on the step sequence, they both seem like a fluke. So this short program, I do feel like this was not the outing she wants, but I also feel like this isn't in line with what Rion is capable of and what we consistently see from her. I Oh my God, and she just looked so devastated in the kiss and cry after the short program that it just broke my heart. And then unfortunately things did not get better from her because this was like the worst long program we've had from Rion this season. The fall on the quad toe was understandable. That's a very difficult element. However, the fall on the Lutz and then all the other errors really just took her out of the program. I can't even imagine the pressure on the Japanese women. It must be really unimaginable. All of these women are so talented and they all want a chance at their Olympic dream. They've trained for this for years and it's so close now. So, oh, this was really heartbreaking to see. But again, Rion is definitely a skater that I hope we get to see for the next Olympic cycle. I want to see how she's going to grow in the following 4 years. Lead up. This skater has so much character, and the short program is so very interesting. You can definitely tell she has a strong personality. Love that for her. I really like the packaging of her long program. You know, every season you get one of these ballerina inspired dresses, and some of them are just really pretty. And hers is that really pretty one for this season. Her mental fortitude is amazing. Making her senior debut on home ice and landing 7 triple jumps is no small feat. And she was the youngest competitor at the event. Absolutely amazing mind control. I really, I'm not crazy about her jump technique because she does kind of have like that lean over jump technique, but I am definitely a fan of her spunk and her attitude and personality. Brady has actually been very consistent this season. The So this fourth place I do understand. The jumps are still a little shaky, but we can see she is trying in the short program. She is trying. And it's also the same story in terms of the jumps in the long program. She's fighting for every single jump. You could tell she's putting her all. She's not calling it in. She's going for these jumps. However, the under rotation calls continue to plague her. And I don't know how we could fix that this far into her career. However, Brady is definitely a fighter, and she fought for every element of this long program. And I really appreciate that for her. And her comeback story is also incredibly amazing. Reno! After the short program, I was literally screaming justice for Reno. She's been marked as an under rotator, and the judges have decided to bury her under the rotation demand. To that call from the tech callers, I say caca. That short program was absolutely lovely. Her PCS scores were an absolute joke. Justice for Reno in the short program. The long program is glorious. The layout and composition of this program is amazing. Her beautiful hand movement, her head carriage, and how it aligns with her body is just exquisite. The soft knees paired with the lovely arch back, the inside to outside edge balance, sweet skating, mercy. I am having a moment. Reno is definitely my preferred aesthetic skating style. Please, let's get a jump specialist and see what we can do about these under rotation because her skating is too exquisite and too good to be buried under rotation calls. But she came back from being buried in the short program and she skated a clean program in the long program and won that bronze medal here. And I'm so happy for her. This definitely is a boost for her going into Japanese national, which is going to be an absolute bloodbath. We're going to have to wait and see. Um, oh my goodness, I totally skipped Madeline. So our pewter here was Maddie. Oh, I'm sorry. I totally skipped Madeline, who was in fifth place. Madeline was right behind Brady. Madeline really knows how to sell that Lion King program. This is her best short program this season. Canadian nationals, both for men and women, will be interesting, but I feel like this was a really good outing for Madeline. This fifth place finish for Madeline really will set her up as she goes into Canadian nationals. The long program, I really like the music for the long program. There's something very naturey about that long program. It's very beautiful. It's very pretty. No triple for Maddie here, but nevertheless, this was one of the cleanest long programs she has delivered in a really long time, and it was really great to see this coming from Maddie. This will really help her in competing at Canadian Nationals. So Maddie was in fifth place. Um, Brady won the pewter. Reno was in third place, rightfully winning that bronze medal. And then we had our top two. Amber won the silver medal here. Amber becoming such a consistent skater is in part to her mental preparedness. The triple axel in that short program was a thing of beauty, but she also kept it together and delivered not only the rest of the jumps, but all her spins, her step sequence, every element of the program was delivered with a sense of security that she is now getting from all of the effort that she's put in into being mentally prepared. I absolutely adore this Madonna program. I love her outfit. I love the packaging. Everything about this short program is exquisitely tailored. I cannot wait to see this skated cleanly in Milan and just bring the whole house down. I'm so invested in this program and I continue to love it. The long program continues Amber's consistency story. The triple axel is now a non-question element. She's gonna do it. The only error in this long program was the Lutz, which was supposed to be a triple and she doubled it. But that error didn't take her out of the competition. It didn't take her out of what needed to be done. And again, that is her mental fortitude. And that's also her generosity in sharing her struggle. By sharing that struggle, she took ownership of it and she faced it. All of these actions, aside from her having the triple axel, aside from her gaining this consistency, her generosity in sharing really just makes Ember such a great spokesperson for the sport. And I really love what she's bringing to the sport, not just in terms of the technical aspect, but the mental wellness aspect as well. Again, this judgment was very fair. Very fair. She could have won the gold here, and honestly, I would have been okay with it. Her winning the silver here, I'm also okay with it. The winner here was Mona Shiba. A turn on the opening triple flip, triple toe was the only mistake in her short program. Again, I love her short program. I loved it last season. I love it this season. I did love last season outfit more than I love this new season outfit. I just felt like the whole party going theme of the dance suits the other outfit more than this one, but I love this program. The edge quality in this short program is just first class. She's got like fast, well centered spin. She has lovely full body movement, and the program is just really nicely balanced. And then we move to the long program. We move to this long program, and this program continues to grow. And that is saying a lot for a Romeo and Juliet program. To say a Romeo and Juliet program is continuing to grow, wow, what a statement. This is a testament to the richness of skating skill that Monet has. This is a skater with no major weakness. Technically and artistically, she is so well balanced. Her speed, flow, and glide across the ice is just an incredible joy to watch. I was incredibly happy with the outcome of this competition. I love these skaters so much. Like I said, if Amber had won, I would have been ecstatic. With Mona winning, nothing has changed. I'm still ecstatic. This was a great event, and having my beloved Reno on the podium had me slightly diminishing my urge to find the technical callers and having them catch these hands. But anyhow, this is my take on the 2025 Finlandia Trophy, my recap for dance and women. But you guys let me know in the comment what was your take on the event.